Shall we start? Good afternoon, all of you. Myself, Professor Sanjeev Narayan Singh, Research and Development Coordinator from IIMT College of Engineering, Greater Noida, near Delhi National Capital Region. So today we have come up with a motivational talk on business innovation, and we have first of all, we have a very distinguished guest speaker. But before proceeding with the event, I would like to, introduce our chairman, sir, our chairman of Entrepreneur Development Cell, who is the brain behind all such activities and such, beautiful, lectures that are streamed live on YouTube for people to get educated and for people to kickstart their career and to rise in career for economic prosperity of the citizens of India and economic prosperity of our country. So I introduce our chairman of our Entrepreneur Development Cell, who will be giving a small motivational talk to motivate our new generation or future generation of our country. So he is Dr. Prafull Ranjan. He is a dean of MBA department of IIMT College, group of colleges, and he is a very distinguished personality from our country who has worked. He has served in various government organizations at top level, and banks as a secretary and a very top post. So today he is with us to enlighten the minds of young India. So Dr. Prafull sir, I invite you to give a motivational talk, a brief motivational talk on the event, please. I hand over the stage to you.
Thank you, Sanjeev Narayanji, for introducing me. I'm not such a great person, but still. My name is Dr. Prafull Ranjan. I'm Dean MBA here in IIMT College of Engineering. And I also look after the EDC cell as a chairman. So EDC cell has been organizing a series of talks from different distinguished guests on different topics to enlighten our future entrepreneurs. In fact, in our college, we are not only promoting jobs, we are promoting entrepreneurship also. We want our students to think over it and do some startups. We are hand-holding them, we are teaching them, we are giving them financial support also. So in that series, we are happy to announce that we have with us Madam Tanu Manocha, who is a research scholar, and she'll be talking about business innovation. See, nowadays, business innovation is a buzzword. Without that, you cannot survive in the market. You need to innovate, you need to research, you need to do something different than the others, then only you can survive in the market. So it's a very interesting topic, and all the students present here will certainly get something new to learn about. Because without learning this, they will not be able to get success in the market. I will quote some small examples, like you might have heard about Oyo. Oyo does not have a single hotel, single room across the world, and they are name to reckon with in hotel sector. So see, just a new thought, new innovation, they have become market leader. So this is what is the power of innovation, which we need to learn and practice in our future coming startups. A new idea, new innovation will make you market leader. So I'll not take much of the time. I welcome Tanu Manocha ma'am, and thank you for sparing your time. And I assure all the students it will be a interesting session. Please take advantage of it. Ask question, ask your queries on the chat box. We will take all the questions one by one at the end of the session. So I hand over to Sanjeev sir for taking the proceedings further. Yes, Sanjeev sir.
Thank you, Prafull sir, for such a motivational talk, encouraging our students and future generation of our country. Basically, I will just begin with a brief introduction on the topic. Basically, business, when we talk about business innovation, let us talk about business. What is business? When we go to the roots of business, there was a barter system in our country. Our country used to produce a spice. And especially in South India, they used to trade the spice with gold. So the value of spice was worth the value of gold, you can just imagine. And it was a barter system. It was not traded in Indian national currency. So that was the difference, how business started, the bartering system. So from bartering system, today we stand with a motivational talk on business innovation. Then let us throw some light on what about business. Business, it is not about money. So when you think that business is all about money, no, you're mistaken. Business is not about money. It is about the brilliant minds. It is about the people that you have. It is about the creativity in them and the innovation potential that the people have, the people whom you own as a business partner, as an employee, and their brilliant minds, the innovation that they do for you, which makes your business work. So that is the what is about business innovation. I'll just quote a few, small quotes from this Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the quote is that innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Of course, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. So today, Microsoft, I just to give you an example. Today, Microsoft and Bill Gates, they are the leader. So they created business in the software industry, and they are the leader because they innovate. So that is innovation is the central issue of economic prosperity, as was said by Michael Porter. So innovation is the change that unlocks new value. So I'll just explain this with a few examples. Let us take about Ambassador car. Ambassador car was a product that was very much in business, I think maybe 50 years back. But today, Ambassador car is gone. How about Maruti? Maruti used to sell its Maruti 800 just in huge lots. But today, Maruti 800 is now out of market. Now Alto is the car. They innovate. They come up with new model every 2 years or 3 years. What about Lifebuoy? Lifebuoy was the soap that was a common feature 50 years back, 100 years back. But today, you see Lifebuoy is also coming up with neem, neem coated Lifebuoy. Different products that Lifebuoy is coming up with to survive in the market. So if you have to survive in the market, if you have to prosper in your business, you need to innovate, you need to make changes to your product as per the needs of the society. So that is what makes the business work. So this is this is what I wanted to enlighten the students of MBA to do innovation in their business, to come up with new products and creative products that will be of useful to the society. You see smartphone every few months, every 1 or 2 months, 2 or 3 months, or every 6 months, you see that new version of the smartphone gets launched by the company. Why they do that? Why they innovate as per the needs of the society? Because they have to survive in the market. They have to come up with, and that product which is highly desirable and which satisfies the need of the society, that is sold the most. Even you see the Apple iPhone, it is very costly, but still it is in business because of the quality and the product that they deliver. So this is the innovation. This is the kind of innovation in business that is required from our future generation of our country, for our country to take our country to new prosperity and new heights. So with this, I introduce my chief guest, Madam Tannu Manocha. She is a research scholar in logistic and business at Amity University. She is a research scholar there. And we have invited such distinguished guests to give a motivational talk on business innovation. So I hand over the stage to our distinguished guest, chief guest, Madam Tannu Manocha. Madam Tannu Manocha, please take over the stage and please begin your lecture, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, right.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here.
Good afternoon.
First of all, I would like to thank the IIMT group of colleges for providing me this opportunity to share the knowledge on business innovations. My sincere thanks are to the ED Cell and IIC of IIMT And my thanks are to Dr. Prafulla Ranjan sir, chairman of EBCell. My sincere thanks to Dr. Sanjay Pachauri sir, who is the director of IISc, and Dr. Gaurav Sinha sir, the director of IIMT College of Engineering. And my thanks are due to Ms. Tabassum ma'am, HOD, and Sanjeev Kumar sir, who has given me this platform to provide the views and share my thoughts with you. Before I begin, when we're talking about the business innovation, as sir has already put some enlightenment on this, that he has given various examples which are very relevant to the current business scenario. But when we are talking about, particularly if we talk about the engineering field, I think civil engineering is the part. Civil, every industry plays an important part, but everything is interdependent on each other. So let's discuss the ideas. Hope it would be an interactive session, and we'll gain a knowledge by interacting on this particular topic. So I'll share my slides with you. Is my slides visible? Yeah. So starting with the business innovations in civil engineering department, if we talk about particularly we are taking about the civil engineering department, we see how the innovative practices takes place, how the things move on. No doubt we are moving at a very high pace, but how this innovative practices came into being. Before I move ahead, the contents would be what actually is civil engineering, what is the business prospects of civil engineering, and how these are creating wonders in our Indian scenario as well as in the global scenario, as well as the various innovative ideas, particularly for our civil engineers. So moving ahead, first of all, as we say that if we talk in short about the civil, which we as the name already clarifies, that civil refers to pertaining citizens. Now what it is talking about, the citizens, the overall well-being of the society. So engineering, it is that discipline of engineering which deals with scientific management of infrastructure projects. Now, what is the scientific management and what are the projects? First of all, the civil engineering is extremely important as they play an important role for, as I told you, it is the society, it is the citizens which are being taken care into. They are maintaining the overall safety of a society in a number of ways, which includes even in the rural areas, not only in the urban areas, but even the rural areas. So from construction of highways, from buildings to bridges and tunnels, these are many responsibilities for them. Shaping the world uses the knowledge and experiences of a person. How you are shaping your world, what kind of a world you want. When we talk about what kind of a world we want, we move in that way. We try to shape those things in that particular way. So we are shaping and we are trying to find out the solutions to some of the world's basic problems. When we have that curiosity to find out those problems, we work on that particular side. So there are a lot of challenges which we are facing in our national as well as I can say the international part. There are population pressures, there are growing urbanizations, there are climatic changing effects, there are energy, water shortages, natural and human disasters. A lot of things are challenging these days. But when we talk about the civil engineering, it is into every sphere of life, whether we talk about the construction, whether we talk about the infrastructure, environmental, if we talk about the transportation, we talk about the roadways, we talk about the railways, airways, waterways. If we don't have the proper transportation systems, the movement of goods, the movement of freights would not be possible. And if this is not possible, it will affect the economy of the scale, how the import and export will take place. So everything is being interdependent on each other. We have marked a tremendous change in roadways and railways network, but still there is a room of improvement. There are chances of improvement. So we have made a records in that. We have made the things, we need to change those things now. We need to move ahead, that how this can be more improved. Now, to get a solution to more improve, we should have more of innovative ideas, and we should have more of innovative practices which to be followed. And who will give these innovative ideas? These would be the innovative minds which has to come up, which has to think about the things, that how we can come up with the things. So when we are not going much into detail of civil engineering, the part of, as you all know, it deals with everything with materials, geotechnical, urban planning, water resources, structural, everything is being required, and everything is interrelated to each other. Without these facilities, it is very difficult for the society to withstand in the society. So when we are talking about the scientific management, as I told, that it is civil engineering is a scientific way of doing the managing the infrastructure. Now, what do you mean by, what is meant by scientific actually? The scientific refers to designing, constructing, supervising, operating and maintaining of infrastructure, how we manage the things, how we are moving ahead in this current scenario. If we talk about the current example, due to this technology, we are able to interact with each other. If we don't have this technology, by sitting at homes, it would be very difficult to communicate. Everyone is sitting at different corners of the world. Still, we are able to communicate. Why? Because of this use of this innovative technological process. Everybody is learning the process. Everybody is moving ahead in this process. So before, when we are talking about the changes, the innovative technologies that have, India has marked a tremendous scenarios, tremendous world records. Like it has, it has been, if we talk about the railways, or we talk about the roadways, we have the expressways, it has marked an uncertainably a very good challenge they have taken about. So I'll show you a video for 5 minutes, which clearly indicates which are the wonders which civil engineering has done in the Indian context. So let's come back. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and this video clearly indicates the remarkable projects, the successful projects which has been done in India, and it gives us a very clear vision what exactly we are moving on to, what are the business opportunities we are getting, and we need to understand what segment and how we can give our best contributions in that. So when we talk about the significance, the video we have seen, it gives a clear representation of the things which India has been done, and it shows us that the railway bridges they were talking about, that was the steel arcs they were using. Initially, it was not. Why this happened? Due to this technology, due to this innovative ideas to solve the problem, how we can move ahead. Moreover, it is being also when we are talking about the Delhi-Mumbai Express Highway they were talking about. So this is the 4-lane highway which they showed the pavement quality concrete, which you have seen in the picture, in the video, and it gives a clear indication how much developed we are now into. But yes, and even the locomotive works we talk about, the it was the world in India, it was the world largest underground pump house, the Gayatri part, and the pumping stations were there, and the Telangana was declared to be the fluorosis free. So these are the considerable achievements which we have done in India. We are not lacking behind. Yes, we are moving ahead, but we have to move more ahead. We need to bring in more business opportunities. We need to develop more. And for that more, we need an innovative ideas. For that more, we need the innovative practices. And moreover, when we are talking about these innovative practices, when we have a lot of perspectives in civil engineering, if we go deep into detail. So when we are talking about the business prospects, in particularly after watching this video, you might have opened your brains with what kind of an opportunities you have, what the building processes are taking place, right? So there are various prospects like civil contractors, the consultants, the project management, the quantity, the billing, the material suppliers. We all know about these things. What are the opportunities? But now we talk about the business innovation. So construction of material manufacturer, model maker, real estate marketing, providers of specialized services such as pre-stressed, concretes, material testing labs we have, what we are using exactly, the equipment suppliers, and the private surveyors. A lot of things are there. We have a lot of opportunities if we talk about the traditional opportunities, and if we talk about the recent opportunities, there has been a lot of improvement, and you need an improvement in each and every phase of life, every phase of the step. And when we need the improvement in every phase, we mean to say that we need a quality, we need a perfection. So these are the various business opportunities which gives us the clear picture. And moreover, when we are talking about these, like, let me show you the slide. So when we talk about these images gives us the clear picture of the outcome of the results, what we are doing. This picture highlights what exactly has been done till today, and what are the innovative business practices which are coming, and these have created the world records. But when we have this after looking at these pictures, this creates an insight, this creates an open insights to us, that what exactly we have come up this and how we can make it more improved. So when we are talking about in terms of more improvement, we are talking about the innovative part now. When we are talking about innovation now, if we particularly focus on innovation, we get a lot of business opportunities in civil engineering or in other fields also, and we give a complete visualization or a complete vision of it, what exactly we are into this segment. And when we talk about the complete vision or complete visualization, as you have seen in this video, it says that it is particularly about the particular segment we are talking about, particular industry we are talking about. it increases with professionalism. And when it increases with professionalism, it says that how it is increasing with professionalism. It is increasing with competitiveness. It is also increasing why we are enhancing ourselves. Due to we need to survive in this market. There is a competitive edge we have to cover due to globalization, due to the coming of due to digitization of the work, due to upcoming of new technologies we are coming up. So what are these? These are more innovative platforms or more innovative ideas we are coming up, which is helping us, our businesses. It is our businesses are getting more opportunities of working, how we can work and how we can be visible in every segment. And when we are talking about every segment, now when we are talking about segment, it should be worked by the experts. Everything, it should be done in an expertise way. The focus is on the quality. Now, how this expertise we are talking about? This expertise is not only from the final building we are talking about. We need expertise in everything, starting from the pre-construction cleaning to the drilling to marble fitting, or we can say to a final unit or a final building to complete a unit. The quality is the primary goal. And we need a perfection in this, as in logistics and supply chain also. When they are providing the services, they have differentiated, they have outsourced the services into first PL, 2PL, 3PL, 4PL, and 5PL, and everything is working very smoothly. Similarly, in every segment of the organizations, we need business opportunities which should be visible very clearly, and it should also mark with the quality. So there are various to achieve that innovation, we have to be very focused. Our goal should be focused, that we have to be innovative. We have to make the opportunities available to our business in the business, and these opportunities should be visible with the remarkable growth. So we need to focus, and there are various factors which leads to my innovation part. Now, what are the various factors that leads to the innovative part? How this innovation comes into the picture? As we have already discussed, due to the advancement of the technology, due to increasing population, everybody needs comfort, and due to globalization, due to digitization, right? And all these factors actually adds a value, a flavor of innovation in something new. Whenever we say we want something new, what new we want? We want new which comforts us, which as our requirement, it solves our purpose. So the requirement at all the levels, at all this from requirement of comfortness or flavor of innovation is required at all the levels, not only at the consumer point of view. It is required from supplier till the end consumer. In every industry, in every organization, we need that. Every organization needs those innovative practices. When we are talking about technology is set to drive a step change construction productivity, which has adopted a lot of things, the drones, sensors, and the Internet of Things. And moreover, this technology has made our things more quicker, more better, more agile, and even more transparent. It has made the entire process more efficient and responsive. And when we are moving towards, globally, we talk about the world, it is heading towards innovation. Nobody is stopping. Everybody is heading towards innovation. So innovation is only a key which makes us to compete at an international level. How we compete? If we are having a lot of innovative practices, we are developing something new, then only we can compete at an international level. So we need to compete at the international level, and there are various prerequisites for us to deal at the international level. So various innovative technologies and benefits which are used, as I've already discussed about technology, and we are also discussing about Industry 4.0 in every segment, which is coming into picture. If we talk about the blockchains, we talk about the artificial intelligence, we talk about 3D, we talk about cloud computing, everything is being used. And if we talk about the drones, application of drones, sensors, Internet of Things, all of these are changing, and what it is leading to. It is leading to changing the company culture. It is leading to training the human planning into algos. It is modular construction. Things are improving at a very fast pace. So we need to move ahead with that pace itself to meet the globally competitive environment. So now I would like to give you a picture, a video. I'll show you a video which gives us the global scenario so that we can compare the Indian scenario with the global scenario, what actually the remarkable things have been done in global scenario in engineering department. So I'll show you the video of a global scenario.
With the global population continuing to expand, and with our world facing immense challenges from housing to transportation and our use of natural resources, supersized construction projects have begun to proliferate. With eye-watering budgets, extreme complexity, staggering scale, and far-reaching impacts, these are some of the world's most impressive megaprojects. As the demand for air travel continues to grow, and with the United States preparing to host both the 2026 FIFA World Cup and the 2028 Olympic Games, airports across the country, from LaGuardia to LAX, are undergoing multi-billion-dollar overhauls. The $8.5 billion upgrade to Chicago's O'Hare International will mark the first comprehensive redevelopment and expansion of the terminal core in the airport's history. The master plan will see Terminal 5 expanded, while Terminal 2 will be completely rebuilt, becoming a global transfer hub with 2 satellite concourses, adding 280,000 square meters of space and 50 additional gates to the airport. To minimise disruption, the new concourses will be built first, allowing them to take over operations from Terminal 2 when the existing building is demolished. Work on Terminal 5 is scheduled to complete by 2022, and subsequent phases will open in stages up to 2028. A joint project between 35 nations, the ITER, formerly known as the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, is currently under construction in France. Once completed, the $20 billion centre will allow scientists to recreate the fusion reactions that take place inside the Sun, potentially revolutionising energy production. Consisting of 3 main buildings, the project is centred around the tokamak, a magnetic chamber that will contain the plasma created when particles are heated to over 150 million degrees Celsius and collided to produce fusion energy. Construction of the vast building that houses the reactor began in 2013, requiring the development of 10 different types of concrete to shield workers from radiation. With more than 60% of the reactor complex already complete, work is now underway on the tokamak, inside its 337,000-ton housing chamber. The entire complex is due to come online in 2025. Ethiopia's Grand Renaissance Dam sits alongside Nigeria's Echo Atlantic and Egypt's $58 billion new capital as one of Africa's most impressive megaprojects. With work first starting back in 2011, the dam will become the continent's largest hydroelectric plant, generating some 6.45 gigawatts of power when it completes in 2022. Standing 155 metres tall and extending almost 1,800 metres across the Blue Nile, the main structure is being formed with over 10 million tonnes of concrete, holding back 74 cubic kilometres of water when the reservoir is full. While the dam will transform Ethiopia's energy production, the project has been marred in controversy since inception. 20,000 people were relocated to enable the construction works, and many have raised concerns over the project's $4.8 billion price tag, which represents roughly 6% of Ethiopia's entire GDP, and saw funding diverted away from other much-needed energy projects. The dam has also reignited an ongoing dispute between Ethiopia and the downstream nations of Sudan and Egypt, who see the project as an attempt by the Ethiopian government to gain regional influence. Since its first bullet train shot onto the world stage in 1964, Japan has pioneered the development of high-speed rail. While competition from Europe and China has seen the title of world's fastest trains move west in recent years, the new Chao Shinkansen, with its maglev carriages able to reach speeds of 500 km per hour, will see Japan reclaim the title. Despite Tokyo and Nagoya sitting 284 km apart, the new line will bring the two cities within 40 minutes of each other. Set to become one of the shortest routes on the Shinkansen network, 90% of the trackway will run underground and beneath the Japanese Alps, reducing the travel distance by over 50 kilometers and saving $4.9 billion over alternative options. With the new line set to open in 2027, plans are already underway for an extension to link Nagoya with Osaka, a $30.5 billion megaproject in itself. Rising 271 metres above Sydney's emerging Barangaroo district, the 75-storey One Barangaroo, also known as Crown Sydney, will become the city's tallest building. Designed by Wilkinson Eyre, the tower's structural form is based around 3 twisting petals and will contain a casino, Australia's first 6-star hotel, and 82 luxury apartments overlooking the famous harbour. With its form ensuring that no two rooms are the same, the tower is clad in over 7,000 unique triangle-shaped panels, giving it a crystalline appearance as it rises. Internally, the complex will offer extreme luxury, with a spa, gym, open-air tennis court, 2 rooftop infinity pools and a Michelin star restaurant. Topping out in November 2019 and due to open in 2021, One Barangaroo is already making its mark on the city's skyline. If you enjoyed this video and would like to get more from the definitive video channel for construction, subscribe to the B1.
So, after watching this global scenario of what amazing things have been done, particularly into this department, we can compare the insights of Indian and global scenario. We can compare both the perspectives in terms of globalization and Indian perspectives. What are the opportunities we are getting? And we are doing very excellent. India is doing very excellent work, but still there is always a room of improvement. So, and there is a need for improvement. There is a need of innovative ideas to make it more comfortable, make it more better world to live in. So when we are talking about better world to live in, actually we rely directly or indirectly. We rely on the industry, we rely on the infrastructure part, where in our day-to-day life, what the place we are living with, the houses or the institutions you're studying into, or the institutions where we are working with are all the outcomes of the civil engineering projects, right? And the associated business related with that. So with innovative, we means to beautify the world, to solve the process, to come up with the things, to do the things in a more expertised way. So when we are talking about now, it's the time to ignite the new ideas, the new brains, which will force you to think where we can show our innovativeness, where we can put our efforts to come up with a thought process. So to provide you with more of insights, with more of to ignite, we did discuss various innovative ideas for civil engineers. Because when we need to ignite the sites, when we are talking about, let's discuss a few of the wave of innovations within the construction industry. And with this introduction of smart roads and more efficient housing, there is a need for construction to get more smarter, more efficient too. With more innovative tools and techniques appearing all the time, here are changing examples of new technology used in the civil engineering today. I hope these ideas will somewhat ignite the minds and open the ideas. So first, I'm talking about the self-healing concrete. Self-healing, normally to combine the things of a self-healing, we're using cement. When we're talking about cement, these are the major contributors to harmful carbon emissions. So to reduce that, for cracking actually comes in the cement, as you can see in the picture also. So what, to solve this problem, it is mixed with the bacteria within microcapsules, so that when water enters a crack to concrete to produce limestones, it does not erode or it does not corrode the steel. So this is one of the method. Generally cement is used. Why we are adding such a things? This is also an innovative idea now, so that this does not happen and this goes for a longer life. So when we're talking about the thermal bridging, the second part, the thermal bridging refers to when we want an insulation material, when we want efficient insulation material, we need the transmission, the heat transmission should not go there. So we are using the various technologies like drywall, thermal bridging is used, and the fiberglass is used so that it can be reduced to more than 40%. So this was the thermal bridging part. Normal insulation is not used to avoid the things. So photovoltaic glaze. Now, what is photovoltaic glaze? So these technologies, when we are building when engineers are making buildings, now what they are doing, they are just using their integrated photovoltaic glazing so that they can generate their own electricity. They don't have to be dependent. And moreover, it gives a solar panel to an things, and it also helps in high performances, raised temperatures, but it is insulated directly. So this is one of the factor. Then we have the kinetic football. Now, what is the kinetic football? It's a new, I think, when we talk about the various discussions, like what new is happening, what new, when you walk, when there is a foot walk, when you move, the energy of the footsteps helps us to create the it helps to generate the electricity from pedestrian football when you're walking. So this is also an amazing concept, how this electricity is being generated. So this technology is best suited for the transportation hubs where people are walking, the footfall is very high. So it helps in generating the electricity. Similarly, when we're talking about the kinetic roads actually is the same concept of kinetic footfall where people were walking, but in kinetic roads, we are talking about the potential of the roadways, the rubber paving that converts kinetic energy into moving vehicles, into electrical energies. And this is being used in the developed countries. So after kinetic roads, we have cloud collaborations. Now, cloud collaboration, as we all know, that in cloud collaboration, we have the remote sharing of data. Everything is being controlled, and from a manager sitting at his place can view the area, the construction, and he can tell the sites for the improvements and how we can move ahead. He can remove the snags so that it is being properly installed and properly visible. And when we are talking about asset mapping refers to when there are a lot of construction tools where heating, air conditioning, when everything is there, but we help the customer to web app those things. We can see from the remote places, and we can also reduce the maintenance and reduce the procurement and insurance costs. That is my asset mapping. And we also have the protective softwares. The protective softwares refers to what kind of a material we are using for what is the choice of material, what is the location we are into. are we moving according to the demand and the government rules and regulations? Are we moving in that way? So predictive software predicts that is that our quotation is accurate or not. These are the predictive software. No matter, they can easily identify where is the wrong, where which slightly then can also be changed. So 3D modeling as planning and building innovations driven by smart cities. And this is actually the Cyber City 3D generation geospatializing modeling. There we have the platforms which are made as a 3D modeling buildings. And when we talk about the modular constructions is again the most popular development in civil engineering department. As offsite also, there are few vehicles and they're following actually the concept of just in time. They don't need to put any inventory, don't need to put any warehousing. They're just following the just in time process that when you need, they immediately provide you with that building. They can do the things immediately on that particular basis, so that there should be no wastage. There is a proper doing of things. So these were the basic, actually the ideas which have filled the gaps of innovative ideas, which I think it will open your minds towards this. And moving ahead, what are the insights of tools used? What are the exposure to construction sites? What is the problems? How it leads to innovation? All the working problems. This is actually the innovation is. Moving ahead, I'm leaving a question to my audience that if we are moving towards driverless cars, why don't we move machinery on a construction site needed to be operated by people? So when you have this kind of ideas, when you come up with those ideas, then only these innovative practices are followed and you come up with latest innovative ideas to make it more simpler, to meet the demand of the customer you need. And these innovative ideas come from where it comes from, the creative minds. So moving ahead, as everybody says that be the job creators and not the job seekers. So how can you be a job creators? You can be a job creators by having innovative minds, by critically thinking on the things, what you want, how you create it, and how you implement. You come with an innovative idea. How is it feasible? How you implement those ideas and how it can be used by everybody and how it can change your scenario in the business environment. So you have to come up with the innovative idea. You have innovative ideas in your business opportunities. You need to think and you come up with two ideas. You have to solve the problems, not only at the end of the customer, but starting from initial to the end point. We need to be innovative. We need to come out with the problems. So when we come out with the problems, we do the things, we become the job creators, not job seekers. So thank you so much. This was all for today.
Thank you, Tanu ma'am, for delivering such a brilliant lecture, and it was astounding. I can say it was really inspiring, and it was a golden moment for the IIMT group of colleges, especially IIMT College of Engineering, for having delivered such a nice lecture. And many people, even in civil engineering, the projects and the videos that you enlightened us with, it was very much in line with the innovation technology that is being adopted worldwide, and especially in civil engineering. And the innovation in civil engineering, the business innovation that has taken place in civil engineering is making the impossible things possible. That is what I can say, because with the technology that we are having, with the information technology, with the computer science, with the software development, and with all these new technologies, and with the use of all these technologies, big projects that are being handled in such a short time. That was even a small bridge used to take 10 years to get constructed. Today we are constructing those long bridges in 3 years. So the reduction in the time span of construction in the construction industry of big projects is really making wonders it's just, you can say, it is a miracle of today's innovation and technology in civil engineering that has happened. So it was a very nice moment for all of us to have for Tanu Manucha, who has delivered us such a nice and beautiful lecture to us. With this, I would just like to, you know, share a few words on business innovation. Is that just before before closing the session, I just like to ask one question that has been raised by the people. It is that how, Tanu ma'am, how is the sustainable, how is the innovation in civil engineering helping, sustainable development across the world? Sustainable development basically, and if we go for sustainable development, it is to protect the climate change that is happening, and the global warming that is happening because of the pollutions and pollutions being generated out of the businesses and out of the industries that is happening. So how is the innovation in this business innovation and civil engineering helping tackle the problem of sustainable development? Please.
Yeah, sure. When we're talking about the sustainable development, we are talking about we have various climate, like drastic changes happening, like climatic changes, seasonality, we are there. And moreover, sometimes the situations comes, like, as we can say, the pandemic situation is also a kind of a urgency situation. But when we talk about when we particularly talk about the civil engineering department, so as I've told you that we have to come up with the innovation. Like I think from decades we are using the cement, right, for the construction. The one has not for these cracks and everything, they have just come up with that we can put this by the use of this bacteria, we can have a proper usage of that. So in similar way, there are a lot of things coming up which we can be using to protect it from the climatic effects, as long as how much it could be put on, how much the bacteria or whatever the things which we are adding to make it a more life, like insulation parts we are talking about. See, these developed countries are already following these have been experimented there. So why not in India, as per the climatic situations? I totally agree, there are different situations, and here we have a different situations. But yes, we have to come up, and we have to, buildings are coming up, no doubt. But yes, with the climatic change, with sustainable development, more of population is increasing, more of urbanization is increasing, more of buildings are coming up. So we have to come up with the solutions. We need to think, we need to have those innovative ideas and practices to be followed there. I hope I'm able to satisfy the answer.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a very nice, very good answer. It was a very good answer. One last question for our young engineers who are graduating from our engineering colleges across India, and from our IMT College of Engineering also. So one question from their side. So how a civil engineering student passing out from their college, I mean, at which platform they should start their career to go into business innovation? From where they should start? A student passing out from an engineering college, a civil engineering, with a civil engineering degree, at which point of at which platform they should start their career, so that they lead into business innovation? That is the question. Yeah.
Right. So when the student takes an admission in the civil engineering department, he is automatically very clear about the engineering concepts, what he's going to study in his 4 years of duration. But in the initial year, he is just studying with the common subjects and a very few basics about civil engineering. But after the first year, we have a lot of training programs, like the summer internships are there, in which they are necessary to go. I think it should be started at that moment of time only, because when you are doing your internships, it is a right way of dealing with the things. When you have an insights of the tools used, then you have the exposure to the construction sites. When you go there, they should come up with the ideas, they should come up with the things, why we are using these things, why this is happening. So it will create they will get the information regarding that particular what exactly the process is. They will able to see the practicality of the process. They will able to see what are the tools behind being used, what are the technologies they are used, and then they will be able to understand and they will be able to relate what are the problems behind that. And when they will understand the problem, they will try to find out the solution. And when they try to find out the solution, they're definitely the young minds will come up with the brilliant ideas and brilliant innovative ideas. So I think it starts immediately when they go for their internships.
That's it. That's it. That was the right answer from this side. And just last question, which comes into the mind of our young engineering graduates, is that is a management degree, is a degree in MBA necessary for an engineering graduate to go for business innovation? Is MBA degree compulsory, or a degree in business management really required, or is it really necessary for our young engineering graduates to go for business innovation? So
I should have asked this question, no?
No problem, sir. No
I should
problem.
have
You're
asked because
you're most welcome. You're most welcome.
my department.
You're most welcome.
I think Tanu will
you're
support
most
me.
Yeah, no problem,
Sure,
sir.
sure,
You're
sir,
most
sure,
welcome.
sure.
You're of
Sure, sir,
course.
please.
Sure. On your behalf, I have asked the question. On your behalf, sir. On your behalf, I had
No,
just raised-
Tanu will support me. Don't worry. The answer will
Right,
come
right.
in
Sure.
my favor.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
sure,
That's it.
definitely, sir,
That's it.
definitely.
That's it. Right.
Yes, Tanu.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So is an MBA degree or business management degree required for our young civil engineering graduates to go for business innovation?
I need to answer, or sir is answering. I'm really
Oh,
confused
I hope
now.
sir will be better. Sir will be better. I mean, choice to answer.
It is
the
your
question.
day. It is your day, Tanu.
No
You need
as
to
you wish,
speak.
sir.
It
So
is your day today.
Tanu ma'am, you can just answer
Thank
the
you, sir.
question. So
So when we're talking about the engineering and management part, as I must say that I'm BTech in electronics and communication, and I'm MBA in telecom operations, and I'm pursuing my PhD in logistics and supply chain management, almost at the finalization stage. So I can better understand the things when we're talking about the technology part and when we're talking about the management part. See, the engineering things tells us minutely about the technical details, what we are studying, what we are going through. Like if we talk about, we have just spoken about civil engineering, what kind of tools and techniques we are using, what kind of a raw material we are using, what things actually in details we are using. But when we are talking about management is actually managing of things. It is planning, controlling, implementing. All these things comes into picture when you deal with the management people. You know the technical details, but if you have to run a business, you cannot run a business. You need people to run a business, and when you need a people to run a business, you should have that management skills to run that business. How you will manage your people, how you will manage the individuals and groups, and how will you manage your organizations. So technical part is the technical knowledge which you are having and which you are using in the perspective, and the management is actually the managing of skills which is required to run your business, to run your organization in the either to manage individuals, either to manage the groups, either you manage the organization. So both the things are actually, I think, required to run smoothly, because if you don't have a technical knowledge, you are just an MBA graduate, you don't know the technical details. The technical people will fool you कि sir हमने ये use कर लिया and that's over. But if you have a particular knowledge कि why the steel is used or what quality is used, what dia is used, then only you can correct him or you can ask him the questions. But if you don't have the knowledge, you'll not be able to the cross question him. You have to say yes with his terms. So I think both the things are actually required at different phase of time.
you are absolutely right.
Yeah, Tanu, I'll add here
A very good
the
question.
marketing, finance, and the HR, those parts you need to manage an organization. So once
Right.
you start an organization, you need to market, you need to see your finances, you need to have HR skills. Those things are there. And
Yeah,
reverse of it, what you said, if you don't have IT knowledge, see, I was the MD and CEO of Jharkhand State Cooperative Bank. So I need to buy a patch for my software. Something new has come. You'll be surprised, for a patch, I paid 2.5 CR, a small patch, for 1 hour job. They said we have spent so many man hours, this and that, 2.5 crore for a small patch. That is the price of a software. So both are correct. If you don't have technical knowledge and you don't have management, both is similar.
So I think
Perfect.
we can whatever we have, we use that, and whatever we don't have, in India we use a word as jugaad. We do that thing. But if you have a knowledge, you can argue on that thing. You are confident even to argue, to raise the questions, and it will actually even the front man can also identify, yes, she knows, so she'll not able, you cannot say lie to that person. So I think knowledge and learning never ends. It goes on, and everybody is at a learning phase. As a person, if you do PhD also and you're working also, then also you can't say that I know everything. Everybody, a lesson from to every one of this is that we should always be into a learning phase. So both the things are relevant according to me.
I agree.
Yeah, now I
Yes.
request Praful Ranjan sir to raise some questions if he feels anything pertinent.
I think we are running short of time.
Yeah,
If,
that's right. That's right. You're right.
Harinder, I think
Uh,
because
we will
Zoom has
just-
got some limitation.
Limitations. Right. We are just going to
So
now
I
close.
should thank
Yeah,
Tanu
right.
ma'am for taking
yeah.
out time.
Right.
Really a beautiful presentation with your videos. Really given a very good insight to all our students, including us. And Tanu ma'am, certainly we would like to see you in person in our campus once we are normalized. We'll not spare you. We'll call you for in-person interaction with our students and with us. Looking forward to that in near future. A big thank you from our side. Yes, ma'am,
Yeah.
you need to speak something, and Sanjeev sir, you close.
Yes. I
Sure,
thank,
sir. Thank you.
so
Thank
now,
you so much. But
yeah, right.
I must say that even when I was working with IIMT, I met a lot of, I have a lot of colleagues there. So I'll definitely be coming and meeting everybody. So even I'm waiting when the colleges get open and we all definitely can meet once each other. Thank you so much for your so kind words.
Yeah, so I thank our chief guest, our speaker, distinguished speaker for the event. I thank Dr. Praful Ranjan sir for having spared his time for joining the event. And with this, I especially give my thanks to the college management, especially our chairman sir, our director sir, the head of our IIC cell. Especially, I thank all the college management for giving such an opportunity to organize such a event and deliver enlighten our young generation for the future of their career and the future of our country. So with this, I'm very much thankful to especially the head of civil engineering department, Tabassum ma'am, for having organized such an event on behalf of the department. I am basically a research and development coordinator for the department. I'm just organizing here, but special thanks goes to Dr. Praful Ranjan sir for having joined the event and given us motivation to the new generation for such an event. We'll come up with more and more event in future. And just last but not least, I would just like to announce in today's lecture that admission is going on in full swing in our IIMT group of colleges. So I invite the students of 12th class who have passed out and who are looking for admission into colleges to just come and visit our college, meet at the reception, and if they find our college to be nice, they can take admission into the new session. That is, admission is going on in full swing. That is the announcement that I want to make. With this closing vote of thanks that I give to our college management and especially